I'm a 6th Go player, and today we're going to find out how many stones do I need to beat Katago. We're going to start off with 4 stones handicap. Now let's begin. First, I'll open Katago and change the setting to Katago handicap, which means that the Katago will play more aggressively and more of a handicap style game. Me, with the black pieces, I am up almost 50 points in territory. About 47 to 48 points to be exact. When I play well, I can get a win off Katago. And when I don't play well, and when I don't focus, Katago can easily crush me. So this game, I'm going to do my best to focus against Katago, whilst making commentary of how I'm playing and what I'm thinking about, and basically give you guys and all of you watching a perfect experience of how a high Go player plays against an AI. Now, all of these 4 approaches, they are all very normal and very common. Any Joski in the corner is equal, and yeah, the opening, there's a lot of flexibility. So for those of you who don't know about Go is the hardest game in the world. It has 100 zeros more than the second hardest game, which is chess. And yeah, as you can see from this big giant board, you have a lot of flexibility. The flexibility, the creativity is really endless. And the goal of the game is simple: to create and build as much territory as possible. Now, okay, this move is a bit tricky. Usually in an even game, I would invade into white straight away, but for the sake of handicap game and to play safely, I'm going to secure all my 4 corners. Katago's playing style with a handicap game, usually they do a lot of aggressive moves and looks very punishable and overplay to humans, but that is the Katago strategy. And another common strategy is Katago is very famous and very good at building a center territory and a center moyo. So after here, do I need to play one more move? The thing is, if white gets this block, the position can get very, very tricky for black. Yeah, if white gets this block, it's actually way too thick on the right side. So yeah, in this position, I'm actually going to slide and use a nice slide and go out. Give my stones direction and don't let white build this part of the territory very easily. Okay, white goes back and defends this territory, but that is okay. I have 4 corners, and territorial wise, yeah, black is pretty happy. Okay, I'm gonna play really, really safely. Kick these stones. Kick the white stones. Obviously, white should extend. Yep. And should I kick this one? I'm not sure if I kick this one, would that strengthen and help white's moyo in the center? Or alternatively, I can go over here, like a move over here, and try to put pressure on these 2 white stones. Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm going to probably play a move like this and try to put pressure on the 2 white stones here. If white jumps out over here, I can just go back and reinforce my territory. And here in this position, I can even... can I even peep? Well, I'm not sure. Peep might strengthen white. Possibly. Not 100%, but possibly it can strengthen white. So the safest way in this position is just to simply go back. Play a nice move. This move, I'm building my territory, save this stone, and also reinforcing the corner at the same time. And this is just very solid and very safe go. Attach, probably white's going to jump to 3-3. But here I don't need to worry because I already have this stone over here. If white jump to 3-3, I can, I have a few choices. I can either connect, hane, white cuts, I connect, white goes here, I cut and a hane and go out. And seal white in from the outside. I think that's what I'm going to do. If I go here, I'm not sure if that works because of this one extra stone here. It might seem a bit risky. So I am going to connect I'm going to choose this variation. White's going to Hane and try to connect the stones on the second line. And in this position, if I simply play like c4, connecting over here and capture the one stone, that is very profitable for white. So I'm going to choose this variation, which is like a normal theory and normal like a pattern, a AI recommended variation. After white cuts, you don't go down here and capture, like go connect on the second line, because white will get too thick on the outside. So here you just connect, and white's going to capture the one stone. And then black and Atari, white captures, and I can Hane on top and cut off these two white stones. So now Hane on top. If white Atari's here, I'm not sure. Do I cut? Here's a bit of a dilemma. Do I cut? He give white the Atari and Atari out here in Sente? Or do I simply extend because I cannot let white get his Hane? If white gets to bend over here, I mean, it's not too big of a deal, but it's actually not very comfortable. It's not comfortable in the sense that white can create a lot of weakness out in the center. Or I can just simply Atari and connect over here, or Atari and do a tiger's mouth. All of these options are pretty possible. But I think the safest choice is just to extend. You just simply extend over here. It might not be the most optimal, but it is very safe. Okay, white goes down here. Okay, splitting the territory apart, also giving... Wow, this move is so elegant and efficient. Wow. The point is, if I go here, white can just sacrifice this one stone and build a gigantic wall, like on the J file, on the J line. Oh, this AI is so efficient. Yeah, this is not something a human will play. Attach? Or do I just simply kick? Yeah, I'll simply kick. I want the corner. I want my corner territory. Yeah, I definitely want my corner territory. And then I can do it. Wow. Oh. This move is actually very disgusting. This is actually really, really gross. The idea is what? Wow. This move is genius. This move fixes the shape from these white stones and also threatens the cut over here. Now this cut works perfectly because it's one space jump. Oh, I see. But I don't want to just capture here. This just simply capturing here, it looks so slow and looks so weak. Okay, I'm gonna Atari here first. Because these two stones become a keystone if white doesn't capture it, and I get to capture it, this cut no longer works. And I think this Atari would definitely be a Sente. Wow, this is so efficient. Jeez, the AI is so efficient. Okay, so white's building territory on the side here. This is very obvious. Obvious move. I have to play here. White didn't get the vital point. This becomes my vital point. If white extend, I keep pushing on the third line. Okay, white didn't... Okay, what? He didn't save the one stone? Can I just Atari here and capture that? And this entire right bottom corner is mine? Okay, in this position... Okay, black has... Maybe... this move is annoying. So, going back to estimating, this part's at 20-something points, 25 plus is 40, plus like 20-something here, 60-something points. White has maybe like 20-something here, 10, another like almost 10. So yeah, I'm probably winning by like just below 30 points. Wow, these moves over here are just so efficient. Jeez. 3 moves, build a base and save all the weakness. Wow. Absolutely incredible. Is this move a Sente? I want to say it is, because if white gets to jump in my corner, that is just really, really uncomfortable. I cannot let that happen. So I'm going to block off my territory. White's probably going to play the endgame, or save it for later. I'm not sure. And wow, Katago throws a random move in the center of the board. He didn't even play Tengen. He played one move away from Tengen. It's like playing a 3-4 point off the center. Interesting. So basically I have the conclusion right now. So here is my thinking process. I have the conclusion that I cannot invade in White's territory here. And the battle right now is going to be all about the center. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take all the Sente endgame moves, which is really big, and also reverse Sente. Because if White kicks over here, my corner has some issues and has some RG. Okay, White goes back. I can simply push again and keep pushing into White's territory. I'm not sure why White didn't Hane. Maybe I'm actually not sure. Maybe White wants an extension over here. But what does that do? Like literally, what does that do? I'm not sure. Isn't it better off? I would be thinking as a human 6-dan. I'll be thinking it's better off why just Hane and block off the territory immediately instead of letting me crawl into his territory with another stone. But anyways, that's not the main issue right now. The main problem now is facing and reducing White's center territory. Okay, now this part is 20 points, 10, 10. If I can't let White make more than 30 points in the center. So, to reduce the Moyo, first I have to extend from my strengths and find White's weakness. But the problem is, White has no weakness. So I'm going to extend from my strengths, probably with a 2-space jump. 2-space jump like this, going in from this direction and reducing this part of the Moyo. And at the same time, this move, I'm also trying to build some territory at the same time. This move is annoying. It's literally hitting the vital point of my 2 nice moves. And my next concern is White can attach over here and attach. If I block, White can cut. If I extend, White can go down. I can go here and White can jump into my corner. And there is even more RG. So I need to be even more careful. I'm thinking of a move like attach, like going here. If White retreat, is that RG in the corner? I'm actually not even sure. Or another stronger move is I can play this diagonal kick. But what if White goes in here? Then I can Hane? No, I cannot. I have to go back. And White can go out and jump out. But I feel like if I simply go here, White is going to get really, really happy. So I'm going to go over here. Threatening this weakness and going back here on the next move. I don't know, it might not be the most optimal. Actually, even in this position, I don't need to play another move here. The attachments doesn't work anymore. Maybe I can even cut. So many choices. Actually, so many options. All of them looks pretty equal. If I cut over here, is White going to Atari and try to run out? The thing is, if I don't answer here, White gets this bump at D14 and it is very, very annoying. So, or I play this diagonal move. Which one? It's hard to choose. Maybe this diagonal move work. White plays this one. I go back. Atari, connect here. Oh, White gets some territorial destruction in Sente. But if I cut over here, Atari push out. Can I extend? Or I just cut Atari here. White goes here, I go here. White gets to build this territory. Not easy. Not easy. I'm gonna cut. Screw it, I'm gonna cut. Let's see what this fight takes us to. Oh, White just sacrifice. Okay, very easy. I didn't need to calculate all of that. Okay, that's very simple, very easy. To make okay, that means this move and the cut, okay, that was the right move. Attach is not a Sente, but I mean, if I honey, can white even cut over here? Possibly. But if I don't honey, white gets his honey and the Atari. The territory is too big. So if I honey, if white cuts, I Atari, white squeeze, I connect, white goes out, I capture the stone in a ladder. Or I simply ignore this part of the fight and enter white's territory from this direction. Which one? Which one should I choose? Maybe I play large knight move. Yeah, I'm thinking about a large knight move. If white gets this large knight move, the territory here is pretty insane. Okay, I'll play large knight move. Yeah, this move I'm trying to enter white's territory from this direction. The reason is I'll let white get the center moves over here and I'll simply dilemma again. Connect or Tiger's Mouse? Tiger's Mouse Atari connect. Do I have any RG in white territory? No, I don't. Yeah, I'll simply connect. And then I can honey later on. Okay, white jumps over here. This move has done its purpose at reducing white's territory, and here I can go with a honey. I think the fight over here and reduction I did pretty well against Katago. So if I quickly count the territory, 10, 20, 30, 35 points. This is 20 something. Almost 50, 65. Conservatively 65 points. And here, okay, obviously I have to cut. Very obvious. Cut and I get the Atari and I do a double Tiger's Mouse to fix my cutting points. Here I do an Atari. The cutting point here is this stone is actually pretty big. If I don't save the stone, white's moyo and white's influence around this section gets pretty big. So here, if I connect, if I Tiger's Mouse, white gets a peep. Okay, so I'll simply connect. Yeah, I think connection is actually a better shape for this position. Here, like with these two moves, white cannot use a large knight move to go in my territory because I can simply do a one space jump and cut white off. Okay, this move you gotta be very careful. Everyone playing gotta be very, very careful. I cannot simply use a direct block because white can Atari in center and do a double Atari. And that is the basic and fundamental first line endgame weaknesses. So I'm gonna fix the shape with a one space jump and there is no more issues in my territory whatsoever. Okay, white goes over here. This one is that a sente? Yes, it is. But how should I reinforce? Should I? Oh, it is sente. But I can actually push up here, make this exchange. I'll see what white does. Oh, is white going to capture this stone? Oh, that's a possibility. And maybe this move is a bit wrong. Okay, white goes here. Okay, now that I've got this exchange, saving this one black stone has less value. So I'm going to go ahead and play the next biggest place on the board. Which, this is very big. This Hane is a cente, but I think this one's much bigger. Yeah, this one's much bigger. Yeah, if white gets one space jump, all my territory here is actually all going to be reduced and going to get very, very small. Yeah, this move is actually really, really big. Okay, white bumps over here. I'm even considering descending on the second line. The reason is I have so much strength on toward the center. If I descend on the second line, it's better for the endgame compared to like extending up here. So that is my idea for extending on the second line. Okay, white goes here. Okay, this is pretty much a cente move. Can I even attach? Okay, I'm not going to risk it. I'm just going to play here. I'm not going to risk it. Yeah, I'm not going to risk it. Why might play like this bump over here and it might get complicated and get pretty risky. Okay, white goes here. Obviously, it's a cente. Yeah, in this position right now, I think black is quite comfortable in territory. This part, if I count again, 20, 30, this part's almost like 45 points, this part. Like over 40 points, this part. This territory is over 40 points, this is 20 something. This is like almost another 20. Yeah, black has like almost 80 points on the board. This section has 20, 30, 40, about 50 points in this section. Call it 10 here, 60, and maybe like almost 10 here. So white has about 70 points on the board. And that's being a bit conservative. So if I handle the endgame really well, I should be in a very good position and potentially win this game against Katago. So we use this attachment. This attachment basically builds more strength towards the center and actually reduces white's influence, like around here. This squeeze is my sente. White obviously has to save the weakness, and here, do I extend here and let white like jump into my territory, or do I do an attachment and do a hane over here? Or do I do a 2-space jump like this? Each of these has its pros and cons. I do like this extension because this turn is quite big. Okay, I'm going to extend. I'm going to extend over here. This turn over here is quite big. And I can even connect my stones to this this corner over here. But I'm also wondering, like, okay, this is like some little bit of an endgame technique from white. White's going to cut, and basically I don't really have this Hane as a center anymore. Yeah, obviously I have to Atari over here. This one, oh, I see. This is actually a center. So yeah, that's why, like, guys, in the end game, you gotta be super careful in the end game. So because this is a center, not because white will win the capturing race, but white's going to Atari, black connects, white's gonna Hane. If I Atari, white's gonna make a ko. So white's gonna create some trouble over here. But before all of this issue starts, I'm going to exchange this cut over here. Hopefully this exchange actually benefits me. Okay, white goes here. I'm not sure if it benefits me. Maybe, maybe not. But anyways, to save this weakness, I'm going to... Oh, this is actually such a dilemma as well. I want to connect here, but then white can do an Atari up here. So okay, I'm going to capture this one stone instead. I'll capture this one stone, probably the more efficient way, because with this cut, maybe I can threaten this. This is a cente for me later on. It's just 1 or 2 point little endgame nerdiness. The white blocks over here, this Atari is very obvious. And it's obvious that white wants to get this Hane in cente. Okay, white didn't even answer to this move and played over here. Obviously, this turn is very big as well. So here, I'm actually considering this jump. This jump, white push and Hane, I can simply retreat and then connect all my stones together. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to follow my plan. Do a 2-space jump here. If white push, I'm going to block. If white Hane, I'm going to extend or even connect. And all my stones will be connected. So following the plan. So I think like in this game, you might think like, okay, maybe cut. Okay, this is a very huge center. Very gigantic center. If I don't play anything, white's going to cut and all my 6 stones over here are going to die. So what I'm about to say is like, Katago this game, there wasn't much fighting. The reason is because I didn't give white any chance to fight. I played very solidly. All my corners were very solid. And it didn't give white any weakness to fight. There was only one little bit of fight over here. But after I got the outside thickness, my stones were all connected. All very strong. And doesn't give white like a weakness to attack or a weakness to exploit. And this move obviously Sente. And I think in this position, I'm winning about like 10 points on the board. The endgame, I didn't lose too much in the endgame. Maybe over here, if it was like an even game, I let white build too much territory like in the center. But apart from that, in the endgame, I think we played pretty even. Okay, over here, what do I do? What is the most efficient endgame move? Do I peep here? This peep looks pretty good. This peep looks very juicy. If I peep, but the problem is I'm worried white will actually push over here and sacrifice this one stone instead. Okay, whatever. I probably wouldn't peep. But peeping here is actually very tempting. But okay, Go is about controlling temptations and not playing the flashy moves. And not being too flashy, but playing the moves that actually has value. So here in this position, I'm going to Hane over here. I think Hane over here is actually quite a big move as well. Yeah, because if white gets this nice move, white can actually build a lot of territory here. And here, okay, this Hane, the most efficient way is probably going here. The most efficient way to defend the territory. Because if I jump over here, I actually lose 2 points. White gets to, attach over here, and I have to block over here. Whereas in this position, if white pushes, I get to block over here. Yeah, so white captures, I get Atari, and I'm going to descend on the second line, trying to connect all my territory together. Yeah, if white actually hunted over here, I'm just simply going to connect, and white wouldn't make any territory like around here in the center. So white's like capturing the one stone or hunting over here is pretty much pretty even. So I'm going to do a final count of territory. White gets to connect here as white sente. This is white sente, so 20 points, 30, 40 something. 40 something is 25, 65, that's 80 points. Plus like over 80 points on the board for black. White in this position, 10, 20, 30, 40, 55-ish in this section. This part is, okay, solid 15. This part is like almost 10. So white does have like 75 to 80 points as well. So I'm still winning about 10 points on the board. Now, in this position, white does this honey. I'm wondering, can I cut over here? No, I cannot. This will be an overplay. But I'm also thinking whether this peep now becomes very valuable. Or do I just simply go over here and connect my territory together? This is quite a... You see, even in the end game, even in this position, it's still pretty tricky to play. Because right now in the end game, it's not about calculation, but valuing each move as you go. So, in this scenario, I'm considering this peep. White push, I cut. White Atari, I captures. White gets to play around here. I push and keep pushing the white's territory. That's a possibility. Or I can do a peep here. White connects. I do a tiger's method, connect everything together. Or simply go out over here. Yeah, I'll simply turn out over here. I think turning out over here is probably even safer. Giving my stones more liberties, my 3 stones more liberty, so that the peep and white cannot make a snapback. Like create any like snapback threats. Okay, I have to extend one more time. Okay, white reinforces. This is very normal. What's the biggest endgame move in this position? This is pretty good. Okay, this push is definitely a sente. Yeah, 100% sente, this push. This is also a sente. This 1 point, I'm making 1 point here, and it's also sente. Can I wedge? No, I can't. Okay, I cannot wedge. This move is 4 points, reverse sente. This cut is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is 7 points. This is 4 points reverse. This is 2 points reverse sente. Yeah, I'm gonna cut this stone. This stone is pretty big. I think this is the biggest place on the board. Because yeah, white gets this 4 point move over here. But if white connects here, it's also like a mini sente for white as well. Okay, this is white sente, definitely. White's gonna connect, and I'm gonna connect. Yeah, white probably get this sente move, and the endgame is pretty much finished and pretty much over. Yeah, this push is very good. But here I'm even considering whether or not, whether I should block here or simply like connect over here. But okay, whatever, I'll just block here. Doesn't really matter. Yeah, white should take this right now. Or white's gonna go down here and block and cut off my territory. What's the point of this move? Wait, this move I don't get it. What's the point of this move? Why doesn't white play this first? Why doesn't white get this sente move first and then come back here? I know I have this attachment, but okay, whatever. Okay, white plays here, white didn't play here. I'm gonna get this move and get the territory here. But yeah, I'm actually pretty curious why white didn't play here. What's the reason behind it? White blocks, very normal. And here, I think the best endgame, the most efficient endgame here is to descend. This is a sente. The honey and connect is not a sente. So that's why I'm descending over here. The honey is probably bigger, but descending here, I get a sente. Yeah, this is definitely a sente because although I cannot capture this one stone at H1, but after I connect here, I can Atari, white connects over here, and I can peep over here. So the peep at H5 is the threat. The peep at H5 is why it makes this honey connection a sente. So I think the most efficient way is why I can connect over here. Yep, as I predicted. And here is going here bigger or honey over here bigger? Yeah, okay, very obvious honey over here is much bigger. Yeah, this is very obvious. Honey over here, and I connect. It's much bigger, and oh, this is actually quite big as well. This move is also pretty big. Yeah, this move is pretty big. This move is pretty big. This move is 3 points. This block is also quite big. Okay, white play here. Now playing around here will reduce the value. It will not be as valuable as playing here like a move ago. So here I'm going to block here. Atari. This is definitely like a sente because after I capture, there is some things. And I actually save like 2 to 3 points here. Because if white pushes, I block, white connect, and I have to go back here to connect my cutting point. So white plays here, I'm going to capture. If white doesn't answer, I'm threatening this attachment. This nose attachment. Yeah, so white has to play here. I'm thinking whether or not this is a possibility. This wedge is a possibility. Okay, the push. Okay, it doesn't work. Never mind, it doesn't work. Now this move, I'm not sure what is it threatening. Maybe this one, maybe cutting over here and stopping me from making territory. But it doesn't really matter. I'm just going to make 2 points over here, and maybe get this move later on. And yeah, this game is pretty happy. I'm pretty happy with this game. I think I'm still winning by over 10 points on the board, or hopefully I'm winning by about 10 points on the board. And there you go. This is how you handle a 4-stone handicap game against Katago. Yeah, this code over here, I cannot win this code because I have way more code threats. And after this last diamond is filled, we're going to count the points. Okay, pass. Usually AI would do like enter my territory and do some things, but I'm not sure if this Katago, this software will actually do that. Okay, end game, 12 points, just as I predicted. Yeah, 12 points. So, okay, so at the start of the game, yeah, black is winning by 47 points according to Katago. Okay, what happened here? This move I lost 2.5 points. Okay, this extension I lost 2.5 points. What's the top move here? Oh, okay, the top move is just a cut. I see, cut over here, get all the sentient moves on top. And then, wow, the 5th line? Building territory on the 5th line? Okay, that's actually pretty insane. Wait, that's actually pretty insane. Building territory over here, that's pretty insane. I see. So white goes over here and then peep, and then what, jump here? Oh, I see. Wow, that actually makes white very, very heavy and actually attacks white at the same time, giving me territory. I can build territory down here as well. Oh, I see. This is very nice. This is actually very, very nice. Okay, anyway, let's go back to review. Okay, I played here in the actual game. Just lost 2.5 points. Yeah, white goes over here. That's actually a pretty insane. Yeah, I didn't know how to attack this stone and attack this group, so I just simply played over here. So up to this point, all the way up to the 2-space jump here, black was still up by 36.5 points. So that means all of these sequences were actually played without any issues, and they were all like top engine moves. Cutting over here, I lost 3 to 4 points. Attaching this whole sequence, this whole fight up to here, I think according to AI, according to Katago, I've lost 8 points. It was 8 points less optimal than the best variation. So 2-space jump over here, I was still winning by 38 or 36.5. But here in this position, black is only winning by 30 points. Now, after blocking here, black's only ahead by 26 points. So basically this block, I lost 1 point. This push, I lost 2 points. So that's where I lost like 3 to 4 points. Okay, descending over here is a top engine move. It's number 1 AI move. This is all like pretty normal. Pretty standard stuff. Attach, go here, extend. Yeah, this extension was actually also okay. According to AI, I lost half a point. This move, okay, pretty good. Cut, okay, alright, captures. Yep, okay. Yeah, in this position, after jumping over here, black is only winning by 21 points. And if we keep going, this is all pretty normal, pretty standard stuff. But after here, after I went out and pushed here, now I'm only winning by 16, almost. Now I'm winning by just under 17 points. This move somehow lost 1 point. I have zero clue why I lost 1 point here. What is it? What the hell? What? Excuse me? Excuse me, you want me to find the one here? That's crazy. That's crazy stuff. Oh, that's where I lost the 1 point. So if I connect over here, white has to connect, and that's how I gain the 1 point. Wow. This test switching in the endgame, wow, this is actually pretty insane. That's a pretty insane test switching to win 1 point. Okay, I lost 1 point here. Okay, cut was a top engine move. Okay, this is all pretty normal stuff. Yeah, apparently this move is top engine move. Decent top engine move. Hane was also top engine move. Connect. What happens with connection? Oh! Why? The engine said I can do a double Hane because I have more coast threats. I didn't even consider that. Wow. Very, very nice. Yeah, up to here, yeah, black is winning by 14 points. And apparently I was 2 points inaccurate in the end game. Even in the small end game, I was 2 points inaccurate. And ended the game winning by 12 points against Katago with 4 stones handicap. If you are a high den, 5 den, 6 den, 7 den, try your best against Katago with 3 to 4 stones handicap and let me know how you go. If you're a low den player, playing against Katago will also help you improve your go, and it will really give you a lot of inspiration at finding the best and most optimal moves in the game against Katago. Even in this game, with even a short review, I've also gained a lot of inspiration and a lot of learning stuff from the AI. So I'm going to play more games against AI and put it on the channel. Subscribe and play more Go. Have some fun and keep playing Go. See you all in the next video.